right, y'all. So the CEO Dante Porter has just arrived. You know, he's a little bit late. I should find him, but you know, we're here with Butch and about to get into this African culture. And I kind of want to start where when you was talking about the slavery and how we should get our 40 acres and a mule. Butch, if you can go back to that question, I'd appreciate it.
All right. Well, we were talking about reparations, and my thought is I'm all for reparations.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Let's start over. I ain't know this is political. All right,
No,
Are you sure? All right.
Hey.
I didn't know we was doing a political
This
podcast.
ain't no political podcast. That was just a question.
Nah, we good. My fault. If y'all can tell, I just drank a little too much water, but I'm straight.
That wasn't no water. It smelled like the outdoor inside the endo to me.
Nah, let's start over. Ask about the question again. I'm sorry. Cause we was about to get real in this motherfucker. I'm like,
That's the whole point, nigga.
I ain't know we was about to get into.
Before I was rudely interrupted, my question was posed to Butch about reparations. And do he feel like we should get our 40 acres and a mule? And what's the price tag on a black man's life nowadays? Since I have to ask it a different way now.
All right. Well, like I said earlier, I'm all for reparations. I just don't believe that the United States can afford to pay.
Mm-hmm.
It's a price tag that they're not willing to pay, and they can't afford it. If we dealing with over 50 million slaves that were taken from West Africa in the transatlantic slave trade, what dollar amount could they possibly afford to give 3 million? What is it? What is the population here now? 30 million blacks?
I think it's 30 million.
I mean, what you gonna give every black American $10 million? Of course, we love to see that, but that doesn't add up to what they would owe. So I would just say that we need to keep our foot on their necks to the point that they know that they owe us something.
Right. Well, we can go to one of those foreign countries like Ukraine and get $95 billion every time. Just for no reason, just 95. If you're going to give somebody $95 billion, after that money is spent, is the war over? Or like, is it over? Like, I gave you this money, is it over? Or is just they going to keep writing checks? I don't know.
It's almost like it's just beginning.
I think when you think about cash, and if they was to give every black American, African American, 10 million, just imagine the prices of everything else that had to shoot up. So my question is, other than a dollar amount, what you think would be just as worthy for a reparation trade?
Well, I said, like I told Butch, I said, I wouldn't even want the money, I want a package.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because financial literacy is hard to come about in our community.
Yeah.
So you just can't go give everybody money. We need to be having it set up so we have businesses, we have trust, we have real estate, and some kind of person that some kind of administrator that handles the money that they give us. You can't give because, like I said, we spend our money on luxury items. So we gotta hold that money. You can't go see nothing but a bunch of rich looking brothers out here with no substance. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, we're gonna get real. We're gonna get real.
So I like this guy.
I agree with you. I think giving black people money at this point in time, that would create a bigger problem than what we currently have now. Because now everybody emboldened, you know what I mean? And they feel like, you got this. So now let's play this game how it should be played. I think we should focus more so on building our own economy. I think getting some money and still putting it in everybody else, putting it in everybody else's pocket is not a solution for us. I think if we can build black businesses, and every time we spend money, we got a black business we can go to, we can start seeing at least some of those monies start to
circulate.
Start to circulate. We taking care of everybody else.
Yeah.
We taking care of everybody else, and we got to figure out how to stop that.
Let's spin it this way. 2 years ago, we had a lot of PPP money going through our community. And I personally know some folk that didn't do the right things for that. Now, if you want to call that an appetizer for reparations, I personally don't, but let's just say it is. If it's people getting $20,000 and $40,000, how many businesses were really started? I know a few, but I know I've seen a lot more Lexuses and people going to Aruba.
Mm-hmm.
So that really just kind of sets the stage, like you said, about what reparations will really do for us. I think financial literacy is key, but we have to be serious about wanting to be financially literate. It's one thing to say financial literacy, but it's a whole nother ballgame to get literate and want to be literate and take the changes, make the necessary changes to walk a different road than our ancestors did, because they didn't have access to that type
And
of
you gotta be comfortable being villainized. You is not gonna be liked. Once you step into a certain territory, you gotta understand this war. And unfortunately, a lot of times it's hard for us to win at anything because if we can't get used, it's another person that look just like us willing to get used.
Right.
And we do ourselves a disservice because we value money so much that nowadays, people don't have integrity. And we comfortable seeing each other get done wrong. And we numb to the fact that all day, every day, one of us getting our ass whooped, whether it's in the court systems, whether it's in wage or whatever.
Fannie Willis. She's being scandalized right now because she went against Trump, and now look, they got all her dirty draws up in the news. What her having an affair with this guy got anything to do with anything? It ain't conflict of interest because they said the affair happened after he was hired. So they got phone calls, they got texts, they got this, that, and the third. But Donald Trump just got convicted of 70-some felonies.
Right.
So what the hell that got to do with anything? Leave that lady alone. But just like you said, if you step on the wrong places, you're going to be villainized. Sorry, Fanny.
And honestly, it's nothing wrong with being villainized. You just gotta understand, you're gonna have to be a real Negro. And a lot of us not doing hunting and stuff like we used to do. But, some of us wouldn't survive, let's be honest.
Yeah.
We became